some great and close games, crucially.
We're cleared to move.
So here we have, again, Trent typically going for this seemingly very greedy opener where he gets onto that as soon as possible.
Reading you.
Meanwhile, base runners are about to find each other. He's being sent off to the back currently, so just scouting.
Be advised. Enemy support vehicle authentic runner is en route.
Now what? Aha, finally we are face to face. Trent is popping a blast drone.
Support ready.
And it looks like Ian might be waiting on the cooldown for his turret.
Waiting for eyes on
Can't
to
quite tell.
authenticate.
Blast drone pops out, runs away, doesn't waste its 650 damage.
Get a turret up. Make sure it's combat ready.
Ooh.
Research completed.
Ready. Keep eyes out for targets. Coordinates confirmed.
What have we got going on here? So blast drone runs off, looking for targets by the looks of things.
Coordinates confirmed.
In the meantime, Ian drops a turret.
We're moving.
Blast drone is still there.
Artifact position locked in. Secure it. Be advised. Team en route to recover the artifact.
Base runner drops smoke. Ian grabs the artifact, but the blast drone goes in and wipes out the turret. Very nasty. Meanwhile, it looks like Trent's going for the middle artifact instead. Is there any sign of unit production at the moment? No, there is a big float though. Possibly both players being a bit distracted by the base runner micro. 3 AAVs coming from Ian. Another blast drone comes out, takes out 2 LAVs. AVs coming out now, going straight across the map. Nope, looks like it's going to intercept that base runner. Doesn't want to let the artifact cap go through. Meanwhile, we have assault ships coming through from Tren. Looks like Ian got a bit ahead of himself. He's moved forwards with the carrier, but there isn't a support cruiser here. Is that a misclick?
Advance to mark CUs.
Must be.
Proceed to rally point.
That is quite huge. That is going to slow down his income substantially until he gets everything up and running. In the meantime though, looks like he is going to deny this artifact. Yeah, there's no way that smoke is going to be available soon enough, and I don't think he'll waste the resources on a blast drone here. Definitely doesn't seem to be one on the build queue. Nope.
Rally point set.
Meanwhile, Ian is about to pick up his first artifact. Is this one going to get... You're kidding me. No way. Come on. There we go. Denied. Thought for a moment I was going to sneak through. Meanwhile, Tren playing very greedy. 2 production cruisers are out. Looks like he's moving... No, he's got more assault ships coming out. And, oh, these 2 AAVs coming around the back here. There is nothing to stop them. Meanwhile, these assault ships are pushing forward here. Looks like there's another 2 assault ships. They're heading out to... Sorry, so Tren knows about this. He's moving to engage it. But assault ships are not very effective at killing AAVs. At least they're nowhere near as effective as AAVs are at killing salvages. 1 power into missiles for Tren, trying to stop it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we have assault ships moving in. Now, does that make this strangely not as terrible? I can't tell. No, losing this is just bad. This shouldn't have been set up like this anyway. There's the support cruiser finally, but those AAVs can do. Meanwhile, AVs have cleaned up much of Tren's eco. The assault ships are struggling to get through them. Meanwhile, the salvagers just being chewed up. Assault ships just cleaning through logistics modules now, denying Ian even access to population now.
Alert, sensor post lost.
Matter of fact, can Ian...
Copy. Enemy salvage.
If he loses that, he's forced to pay another 250 resources just to be able to build anything.
New coordinates verified.
Meanwhile, these AVs still going around tearing it up. So again, we're looking at complete
Taking fire. Move on.
economic trades. Meanwhile, though, Ian has picked up 2 artifacts.
Armored vehicle lost.
Does give him a distinct lead there. Yeah, so now Ian cannot build until he spends 250. So he's got rail tech, but he can't do anything with it.
Push her through.
Meanwhile, those AVs are finally shut down by these assault ships. Transit economy has been decimated. There are 3 salvages up currently, 2 survivors, and 1 freshly produced. He is producing 3 more though. But meanwhile, Ian cannot produce more. He cannot produce more salvages, and he cannot produce railguns. He can put down a module though. He can actually open up his economy, but I don't think he wants to risk losing it to this cheeky assault ship. Meanwhile, 3 more assault ships coming across, denying Ian access to that artifact. Trent is rebuilding behind this.
Weapon range systems
How many is that now? Yeah, he is up to 7.
authenticated.
Meanwhile, Ian is sat on 6, and there's another wave of assault ships coming in. So it's looking pretty bad, and that assault ship even got away. 69 health. It lives. Terrible. Just cheeky little sod. Ian is finally in a position where he's got enough to build enough pop cap to actually build a railgun. However, there are now 3 assault ships on his doorstep, and they are armor 3, by the way. They are max armor. They are not easy to kill. Coming through here, what are they focusing on? Trying to kill that. Don't know if that's worth it. But shift over to the railgun, and they are.
Proceed to rally point. Secure location marked.
1 for 1 there. Not a good position for Ian to be in right now. This. Oh, Trent spots the logistics module and snipes it, which will again reduce the coalition pop cap down to 10. And that completely shuts down any currently building? No, it's still allowed that to be built. Okay, that's fine. I thought that it actually cancelled the build queue to prevent that being used, but yeah, that's this is utterly brutal. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure that's 13 salvages, so yes, he has rebuilt. He's just 1 short of full saturation now. Trent's completely re-established himself. Meanwhile, Ian is completely locked down now. Yeah, the AAV push was good. It just turns out the assault ship push was better. Whew. It really came down to the fact that the assault ships which were back home were able to eventually kill the AAVs,
Rally point set.
while there was nothing to actually kill off the assault ships on the other end. The carrier was forced to do it. Trent putting out 3 base runners now, teching air.
Railgun operational.
Ian desperately trying to harvest as much CUs as he can get. He does at least have a railgun now, so
Hostile forces are attempting to extract
push
an artifact.
is more easily handled, I suppose. But I mean, these guys are coming in with 1,700 HP and 12 armor,
Proceed to rally point.
so
Secure
they're not
location
going to be
marked.
going down quickly. And if they come in numbers again, which is what seems to be happening,
Salvager online.
what
Module out.
is yeah, the economic difference is substantial. Yeah, Trent doesn't want to muck about with any railguns. Doesn't feel the need to, as he has air. Railgun goes straight down, and that opens the door for these assault ships. Now just 2 assault ships, and they're going to be trying to stop 3 base runners, 3 interceptors, and 8 assault ships. Don't mean to call it early, but this now looks like a GG. I don't see any way at all for Ian to come back from this. I mean, he does have some power in his carrier, but he's lost on every front and has no way of protecting anything else. Or there he goes. He GG's out. The base race. Base race is real. Oof. Yeah, another short, brutal one. Yeah, Tren completely shutting down the economy and just controlling the map. You know, Ian had that initial lead, but I think between losing that turret for next to nothing, other than the initial artifact lead, he didn't really have anything, so it just snowballed. But yeah. So let's move on to Game 2 in the Boneyard. Just, yeah. We'll see what comes of this one. Just those assault ships were just wreaking complete havoc. So in the meantime, we have Ian in the south focusing on CUs. Meanwhile, in the north, we have Tren, who has split between RUs and CUs, which I believe is the first time he's done anything differently there for a while. So, most likely going for a rail rush on that. Unless he's seriously trying to... No, you would still want more CU income for an assault ship rush, unless you were recycling that first. And I don't think Tren has recycled his base runner at all.
Proceed to rally point. Secure location marked.
Meanwhile, as is their tradition, it seems, they're now going to parley in the middle of the map with base runners to establish if peace is possible, and promptly decide that it's not, and begin combat. I think that's...
Research completed.
There's no other explanation. Like, 2 games in a row, they've just gone straight out to the exact same point. Come on. In the meantime, Tren expanding,
Research completed.
focusing on taking control there, and meanwhile, very greedy opening from Ian as well. Meanwhile, yep, it's come to blows, and the Knef are shunting the coalition base runner, and it's just all going to end in blood and tears. No two ways about it. There can only be war between our 2 peoples. It's as simple as that. Ian going for the turret again, which, considering the way it went down the first time, I don't think it's going to go any better a second time. We'll see though. There's the smoke again, and the blast drone being constructed. In the meantime, LEVs are coming out. What is Ian going to tech? Yeah. Kanefi pick up that and immediately wipe out the turret. And yes, and I don't think they left on amiable terms, but in the meantime, going for a double base runner, he's going to try and pick up both of these. He wants to control those artifacts, he doesn't want to share. But he is sat on a reasonable float. He's got all the options, nothing restricting him. If he wants it, he can build it. Well, he can tech it, I should say. Meanwhile, is there any sign of tech choice? Yeah, rails, as was expected. And we have an assault rail there, so if we shift over to production, another production cruiser, and oh, we've seen this build before. Anyone remember what trend rushing assault rails usually leads to?
Keep eyes out for targets.
Me smart, me smork.
Advance to mark CUs.
So yeah, they're now moving out, both the production cruisers, and looks like they're going straight down here. What are you doing? And the Knethi base runner is going back to be recycled. I suppose, yeah, with no other opportunities to cap, and the fact that it's already down over 1,000 HP, he's just recycling it. Knef have no means to repair. Any unit that can't regen cannot be repaired. Just the base runner. Yep, only the base runner. Everything else has self-repair.
Authentication confirmed.
Base runner is en route. Send message. We're moving.
Base runner's running for its life.
Salvager online.
And he has given up on trying to deliver that one. This base runner is definitely forfeit. There's no way it's getting away from 4 assault rails. So down goes that. In the meantime, in pulling back, but
Resources exhausted.
doesn't look like it's going to relent. Is he? Yeah, he is teching railguns though. He's got railguns on the way. He has the means to delay. I don't think... Yeah, there's no way he can get a turret down in time, and against this many assault rails it would be rather futile anyway. But I don't think it's worth getting the AVs. I don't think he's got enough to even threaten this. That's a lot of assault rails. That's nothing back there. And it would appear that Tren has turned... Yeah, has turned that base runner into more assault rails. So that's a lot of assault rails. Is any of it not an assault rail? No, all of that is assault rails. Yes, me smart, me smork. Yep. Why trade when you can go face? Although Ian's not having any of it. He's got enough power on his carrier. He's got weapons running. Yeah, he's telling him to get out of his yard, and yeah, he pushes him off. Does he have? He's getting strike. I suppose he felt like if he went for... No, because that's even worse. Yeah, going for the strike fighters is even worse than the rails situation. Even with this many assault rails, and they just dive on top, because there's these 2 production cruisers. The moment they take off, they're dead. Yeah, I hate to say it, but this is just GG. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he definitely could have gotten power level 2, get power level 2 weapons, just do that much more damage. But I think a lot of people don't appreciate how cheap and easy it is to get power level 1 and 2. Yeah, a lot of people overlook it. Hell, even I overlook it at times. But yeah, power level 2? Yeah, I think he just isn't registering it exists right now. It's just not on his mind. And to be fair, he is surrounded by railguns, so there may be a reason for that. But yeah, there are now some heavy rails mixed in there. But yeah, dead.
Support crews are under attack. Immediate fire support on that position. Our carrier has sustained terminal damage. Mission failed. All ships fall back. Fall back.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine panic mode. The panic button was officially hit about the moment he decided to tech railguns and then tech air instead of actually building anything. Just a bit overloady. And with that much on top of you, I can definitely understand why. So yeah. Yes, very, very tough set for Ian. Sorry for the brief pause. I don't know what caused it. Just did it by itself. But yeah, the assault rail pain train. But, Ian is, I don't know, really bad place right now, and he's going to need to pull it out for this game. Yeah, we have Ian in the purple and yellow coalition carrier in the south, and in the north, being a brutal, horrible git, and pulling out every dirty trick in the Kanefi playbook is Trent.
Salvager online. Weapon systems online.
Carrier copies.
Yeah.
Rally point
So again, Ian's got that perfect positioning, so clearly practiced on Torrent a hell of a lot. He's got just the right place to place his carrier here. Although, oh no, he's a bit off here. He's a little bit too close, so what it's forcing these two salvagers here to do is they have to move out from underneath the carrier to actually drop off, which is going to affect his income substantially. It's just, yeah, every time. They need to move out, drop off. So, needs to shift them. Even if he moves them over to here, it would make them more efficient again. But just being there is very bad for him. Meanwhile, what is Trent up to? Oh, look, he's saturating his main and his first expansion. Shame. Ooh, AV rush. Looks like a hard AV rush too. So he wants to get in Trent's face now, which is totally understandable. In the meantime, they've decided that they won't meet in parley. The last time they did it, it was just ugly, and Ian has had enough of that. He's not going to meet the Knef. They're just filthy, rotten, horrible people. Just terrible. Not interested in fair play or gentle discussion. They want to yell, shout, and throw things. Mostly blast drones. So yes, very understandable, really. In the meantime, Ren has a bit of a flow at the moment. Oh, there it goes, and that must be the assault tech. So yeah, he's teching into assault ships, considering how much of his resources disappeared. In the meantime, we have AVs. So no, as long as he can get over there quickly with these AVs and do some serious economic damage before the assault ships roll out, or when the assault ships roll out, I think Ian's in a pretty good place here. Don't know. Is he going to focus on the base run, or is he going to just move in though? That's the real question. I would have said that his best bet, considering what he's seen from Trent so far, is to just ignore the base runner for now, and just get in here and do some economic damage, slow this down, because it feels like this is more of a distraction. I mean, we've seen, what, in game 2? So Trent goes out with this, picks up an artifact, drops off an artifact, and then recycles it, and turns it into more units. You know, yeah, it would have been handy to stop it, but just doesn't seem like it's integral or a long-term anything. It's just a piece of convenient opening MacGuffin. Yeah. Smoke goes down. It's still going to deliver. I don't think it's going to be stopped at all. And now there's 3 assault ships out. That said, Ian, not to be deterred, is bringing out even more AAVs. Yeah. Again, I think he'll be able to deny it getting away. Hopefully. Well, this thing doesn't deserve to live, does it? Come on. No? Armor nothing on those assault ships so far, so the AAV is actually doing decent damage. It's not until the armor 1 comes down, which it now has, which is going to restrict their damage a bit. Can he get high ground there? Come on, surely. No, that is actually flat. There is no opportunities for high ground there at all. That is a problem. Still whittling it down, getting through its health. And that base runner is recycling, isn't it? And more cash for Tren to just flow into units. Meanwhile, Ian is on a hell of a float though. Come on. What's... Ah, he's cap locked. Must not... There he is. He's now getting back on it. Getting railguns to counter these assault ships. But, now that the armor's come down there, the AVs are really struggling. That said, like, Ian has been investing heavily into upgrades to mitigate the damage. Got armor 2 already. Nice artifact pickup in the meantime. More assault ships coming out from Tren.
Smoke screen to target. Underway. Destination set. Just when we were getting comfortable.
Just both players sitting on a fair amount of CUs. What are they saving up for? So I presume that Ian just wants to put all of that into railguns, which again will sink that bank quite quickly.
Research completed.
There it is. That's completed. So what's that going to be? 4?
Construction resources exhausted.
I suppose yeah, he's afraid of that that air switch. It's completely understandable. Except it's pretty damn scary. In the meantime, trying to repair as much as possible, but those assault ships still in the way, and there's 8 of them on the map now. 5 coming in from this side, 3 from this side, trying to deny that artifact. Railgun comes out. Now with the railgun sundering the assault ship armor, it means that these AAVs are going to be able to threaten, as long as they focus fire on the railgun's target. The AAVs will be able to kill them quite quickly, so it does make it very dangerous to try and push. So it looks like they're just sat in here. What's going on here? Ian? No, Ian. No. Range is your friend. No, doesn't seem like... No. Tren doesn't risk it, and smoke comes up. I presume he was just trying to bait then, so bait, smoke, and then pull back. But now that smoke... Even with repairs from a support cruiser and the carrier. Deleted. Oh, no, he's now focusing that support cruiser. I don't know if that's the right call. There are 2 railguns there which are punishing. Meanwhile, the base runner has been shut down. Smoke. What is... Did he give an attack order to the support cruiser? Looks like it... Yeah, the support cruiser now counting as though it's in smoke. Repairs coming in from the carrier now saving it. Look at how quickly that repaired, actually. That is a pretty scary amount of healing, actually. So goodness knows how much damage was just absorbed by that support cruiser. Seems like it was a really good move. In the meantime, it would appear that Ian is in the mood to take vengeance. I mean, he lost rails there, but he didn't lose any of his economy. He's still safe in that regard. So it's just a case of getting these assault ships under control. But there is another 4 coming around here, and I don't think that Ian is aware of it yet. In the meantime, behind that, we've got Tren investing in skimmers, and with that amount of CU bank, that's going to be a lot of skimmers. Right, I think, yeah. So Ian has now spotted the assault ships and is trying to move to stop them, but he is being forced off his main. He needs to shift into power weapons and range so that he can start putting some damage on these. It looks like he's going to lose his logistics modules in the meantime though, and if he loses all 3, that's 750, as well as the fact that it will prevent him building more units to try and counteract what Tren is doing. In the meantime, we can see those Skimmer's now mobilizing. No upgrades yet. So, nothing too scary about them at the moment. And the AAVs at present here more than the match. Oh, no, this is what's really killing Ian. He needs to spread out just a little bit to just deny... Oof. Fortunately, he doesn't lose any of them. Good grief. Comes over with the rails, pops off some shots. Need to get off that ridge. 2 rails go down. Did that missile barrage do anything? Oof. Very, very low health force here. Yeah, these assault ships could... There's more units popping out though for Ian. He's not lost it yet, but he's got a lot of resources just sat in these salvages at the moment. Really precarious situation. He needs to get as much repairs done as possible and just get out more units. What does he have tech-wise? Oh dear. Again, he's struggling to get through these due to... See, when he gets a shot in with the rails, suddenly the AAVs are able to start really tearing through them. The Sunder is incredibly important. Carrier weapons are online now. And that puts an end to that, and then the skimmers come in. It's just relentless. Gotta say, if it weren't for the healing on this carrier right now, I don't think there would be an army left for Ian. There we go, rolling out a load of railguns. But this scary mofo is moving across the map. Airburst coming down. Try and push off those skimmers, but not enough to save the support cruiser. The last... Is that the last assault ship? Yes, there are no more assault ships on the map, thank God. And in comes artillery from that siege cruiser. Weighing in. Is it really gonna... That is just cheeky. The very last missile, again, knocking out a logistics module, again, sort of just chipping away at Ian's already stretched economy. And there's no AA... Oh wait, no, there are 4 AAVs here, so these 2 skims aren't a problem. There are only 2. What is going on behind this? Trent has a bit of a float at the moment, but seems he is putting it all into assault ships and siege cruisers, which is horrifying, considering... oh, that's just awful. Yeah. Siege cruisers just slaughtering everything in their sights at the moment. Yeah, if you ever wondered what direct fire siege cruisers would be like with armor and an extra 1k HP, say hi. Is there anything to hold the line now? There's nothing on the production crew queue. There's just it's all on the carrier. But that is where all of Ian's hopes and dreams now lie. But that said, I mean, Trent's got 4 artifacts and collecting his 5th, and there's now assault ships streaming across the map. So. Yeah. Rule of thumb, don't blob. Don't blob, and don't blob. And if you're fighting Knef, really don't blob. Knef have so many AoE tools. With that being said, it looks like the siege cruisers are slowly killing themselves, along with... Oh, yeah, so the railguns pop out. They're now dumping a lot of damage into the siege cruisers, but interceptors are now up. I think we can say with some certainty that this is now over.
Hostile armor.
A valiant effort, but just
Gas underway. Alert. Railgun lost. Alert. Clear carrier hull at 50% integrity.
utterly brutal.
Strike inbound.
And trying again, going for the logistics modules, cleaning up, just preventing Ian having any options.
Sensor post lost. Sensors post is under fire.
Railgun's continuing to come out though, they're still fighting, still trying. I mean it's over, but it still looks amazing.
Get a fire crew over there and get that place under control. Alert. Railgun down.
Hostile force.
And the artifact, the final artifact capture ends it. Bravely fought there, Ian, but alas, utterly brutal. I think the slew of wreckage says it all. So, yeah, GG's. And so ends the Artifact Cup, with a victory for Tren, no less. Who knew? That guy can apparently pull it out when he needs to. Behave. I'm sorry, I've got a terribly...
I'm not chuckling at that.
If you say so.
I'm not. I felt that cold.
Still, thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed